When you're writing content, sell the next click. Hi, I'm DJ from Rainbow Dragon Digital, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a really important concept to keep in mind whenever you're writing any content on any medium about what it is you're actually selling in that piece of content. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, please do. You will help me loads and you'll get access to new videos where I'm sharing loads of marketing tips. So when you're writing a piece of content, often people think that they start with the product, they start with the features, and then they realize, oh no, I shouldn't be selling the features, I should be selling the benefits and the pains, the problem that I'm solving, the problem promise proof that I've talked about in a previous video. That makes sense. Yes, you're already halfway there. You're talking about the problem. You're talking about the benefits to the customer. You're understanding the target customer and stuff. There's another step you can take here, and the best example is in email marketing. So email marketing I've chosen as an example because everyone knows email marketing. They know how it works. They know the structure of it. You know, you've received emails. If you haven't received emails, I'm really impressed and I want to know what kind of life you live. Please, contact me. I want to know about these people who don't have emails. But as most people have experienced emails, and they know that there is a subject line, there is the content of the email, and then they click on it and they go to a page, right? And the key point here is that you're selling the next click. So when you write the subject line, you're not trying to go with the problems and the benefits of the product and blah, blah, blah. What you're trying to do is get them to open the email. And when they open the email and they read the email, that email needs to sell the click to go to the landing page. You don't need to talk about everything in the email. You don't need to go through all of your problem promise proof. You probably will go through a problem promise proof cycle, but a very short one, very sharp one, and one that leaves them wanting more. And so therefore they click on the link, get to the landing page, and when they get to the landing page, you're then selling them to fill out a form, to request whatever it is you want them to request, to buy the thing you want them to buy, right? So that's where you're really talking about the benefits and the pains and really driving it home. The key thing to remember here is that all of that has to be congruent. You cannot sell the click of the subject line with some clickbaity subject line and then not give them payoff in the email. And equally, you cannot write the email and then go to the landing page and it be for something completely different or not satisfying the curiosity you've created in that email. All of the entire chain needs to be one thing, needs to be one piece of content, but you need to consider each piece as selling to get to the next stage. Another way to frame this is the small yes, right? You're trying to get them to say the small yes. And this has implications beyond things like email marketing in that when you're trying to get people to buy your product, get them to make a smaller decision first that gets them in the habit of saying yes to you. The example that I've seen of this, and I apologize, I would reference where I heard this, but I can't remember. It's something that's just stuck in my head, and I can't remember where I heard it. It was probably in some training. But anyway, the example of the small yes is like a car, a place that's selling cars, and the system on the website gets you to make some small decisions about the car first. You know, what color is it? What tires do you want? What kind of seats do you want? And so on. And so you make all these little decisions. And as you make each little decision, you're more and more likely to click the big yes when it comes to the price. So there are good ways and bad ways of doing this. You can obviously make a process way too long and people will get fed up of it, or you can make those decisions really difficult and so then they give up because the decisions are too difficult. So it's a really fine art of getting the small yes and understanding what degree it is that you can ask for. And what this all comes back to is step one, and why I constantly tell people to spend a lot of time in step one in understanding your target person. Really get inside their head, really understand them emotionally, understand when they get impatient, understand when it is, at what point you can push them to buy, at which point you need to give them a bit more information, at which point you can get them to give you a small yes. I hope that helps you a little bit in understanding how you can amp up your marketing, improve your marketing in those small increments to give it a little more effectiveness in any channel, any medium you're on. If you need some clarification, if you didn't understand what I said, if you want me to maybe look over your writing or your whole marketing strategy, your processes that you're trying to get those small yeses, please feel free to get in touch. DJ@rainbowdragon.digital is the best way to get in touch with me, and I look forward to hearing from you.